Look, I'm gonna be real with you. If you're watching this, you're probably sick of watching the same recycled garbage about day trading. The Instagram gurus flexing all these Rolexes and the YouTube ads showing nothing but Lamborghinis. All that fake BS. Let me tell you something, okay? I blew 37 accounts before I figured this out, and I lost thousands of dollars in the process. I thought maybe I was the problem. Maybe trading doesn't work, and maybe it's all a scam. But in 2023, something clicked, and I made over $350,000 in 1 year trading futures. Not because I found some magical unicorn strategy or secret indicator, but because I finally understood what actually matters in this game. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to start day trading in 2025 as a complete beginner. No BS. Just the exact step-by-step process which I wish somebody had shown me when I first started. And before you click away, this isn't just another buy my course video, right? I'm giving you the entire blueprint. Why? Because honestly, most people won't even take action anyway. But for those who do, this could change everything. Let's get started. The first thing is, why futures trading? First things first, what the hell should we even trade? After trading everything from Forex to options to crypto, I can tell you with absolute certainty, futures is the best market to start with in 2025, especially for beginners. And here's why. There's no pattern day trade rule, right? Unlike stocks where you need $25,000 to trade freely, futures have no PDT restrictions. You can trade with as much as you want. Second, the tax advantages. In the US, futures are taxed under Section 1256 contracts, meaning 60% of your profits are long-term gains, 40% are short-term capital gains. This can save you thousands of dollars in taxes. Nearly 24-hour markets, right? Most futures contracts trade around all the clock. No more waiting for the market to open. If you want to trade during London, during Asia, during New York, you can trade it. Because that brings me to point number 4, the liquidity. The S&P 500 contract, or ES, trades billions of volume daily, meaning you're never gonna have trouble getting in or out of positions, like what you might have in other places. And then the clarity. Futures charts are clean and respond beautifully to technical analysis and level 2 data. None of the choppiness you will see with penny stocks. And I've traded Forex, the spread will eat your profits. I've traded options, the time decay will kill you. And I've traded stocks. The PDT rule is a nightmare for small accounts. Futures gives you everything you need to succeed with the least amount of obstacles in your way. Sounds kind of good, right? Now let's talk about broker selection and account setup. All right, so let's get you set up properly. For futures trading, you need a specialized broker, right? And here are your best options in 2025. And again, this I can tell you because they're the best in my opinion. Number 1 is AMP, right? They have the best support and a really good platform. Number 2 would be Optimus Futures. They have less margin and still a pretty good platform. And then number 3 is Tradeway. It's modern and it has a commission-free structure. Personally, I use AMP Futures because their platform is top notch and their support is just amazing. Now the big question, how much money do you need? And to be honest, you need at least $5,000 to $10,000 to trade micro contracts safely. But I know most of you don't have that kind of cash ready to risk in parking an account. And this is where prop firms come in. This video is actually sponsored by Kronos Funding. Now, before you say anything, I will only ever promote my own platform. And this is my own funding platform that I built myself with our team from zero. No white labels, no nothing. And I've gotten profit opportunities for big amounts of money, multiple 5 figures, but I've turned them down. Why? Because I will never tell my followers to go buy something if I don't have 100% trust in myself that it is legit. And that's why I built Kronos Funding, because I completely trust my team and what we have built. Instead of risking your thousands of dollars of money, you can take a trading challenge with Kronos for as little as $140. Pass a challenge and we'll give you up to $200,000 to trade with, and you keep your first 20K and then 90% of the profits. Think about that. For less than $300, you can be trading 6 figures of capital and keeping most of the profits. That is a game changer for beginners, and it is how I built my career with other prop firms. So make sure to visit kronosfunding.com after this video to learn more about evaluation process and how you can get started today. Now, what's the essential equipment and setup, right? Over here you can see my current setup and then my previous setup, right? You don't need anything crazy, and again, you can trade with just a laptop. So let's talk about the gear that you need. And here's the truth, right? You don't need the fancy multi-monitor thing like I have up here with the blinking lights, the ergonomic chairs, and all that costs more than a car. The minimum requirements are gonna be the following. First, a decent computer or laptop, or maybe even an iPad that works, right? You don't need anything high-end. Just make sure it works. Second, a reliable internet connection. This is extremely underrated, and if not, consider having a backup option like a mobile hotspot, because you don't want to lose your Wi-Fi in the middle of a trade. You're gonna need a trading platform and a charting software. TradingView is my recommendation for both of these, right? Because it is very easy to draw your analysis, look at the candles, switch timeframes, and as a beginner, you want to make it as easy as possible for you, right? You can't just chart on the broker platform because of how hard it can be and the tools it's lacking. And that's it. Don't overthink this part, right? And when you start making consistent money, then you can upgrade to a multiple monitors and a better setup and more advanced platforms. But focus on becoming profitable first. Then you can get all fancy. Then let's develop a trading strategy, right? The part you've actually been waiting for. the actual strategy. And let me be clear, right? There's hundreds of strategies out there, and the secret isn't finding the perfect strategy. It's finding one that fits your personality and sticking to it religiously. But here's a simple and effective strategy I recommend for beginners, right? And this is a strategy that I use.
Okay, so let's talk about the strategy that I use, right? First things first is I'm gonna go on the 1 hour time frame, and I'm gonna show you guys just the trade that I took today. I'm live recording on another video in case people are like, hindsight warrior. Yeah, okay, on God. So first I look for structure and I look for key highs and lows. Now clearly we were bullish, but we've been consolidating within this range, right? So at least for me, until I don't see a close above the range, right? The range being this high here. I said the range being this high here. Why is it not putting the high? There we go. Range being this high here and this low here, right? Then I see that, hey, we break through, but we failed to close on the 1 hour, and this is at 9 a.m., right? So what, 7 a.m. So then what I see at 8 a.m. is the same thing. At 9 a.m., it keeps rejecting, right? So then I'm like, okay, so I'm willing to trade towards the bottom of the range or into any bookmap levels that we have there, right? I have a full video on bookmap breaking down how to use it if you guys want to learn. Now, the other indicator I have on is the Galbraith Capital levels. This is a custom indicator I made. It shows me the previous day high, the previous day low, the 9:30 open, and some volume levels, right? So in this case, what I did is, okay, well, since it went higher, then, you know, it rejected and started going lower. So I am good to take some shorts. So I'll hop on 3 minute. And once I can see that 3 minute is giving me bearish order flow, that we're getting bearish, you know, momentum, then that's my trade. I see that we have an IFEG here, right? Small IFEG, but it works. It rejects, and then it closes under this key level over here, right? We had a key level here with a lot of liquidity that had popped out. So as soon as we close under that and we follow through below here, that's kind of my confirmation to go lower. So I load up my shorts here. Again, this is all on stream, all recorded, executions were there. I have it, my trade there, my stop was over here, and then as I said, we are targeting a key level for my first take profit, right? So I took my first TP here, just right around this area, and then the second one I got stopped out in profit just right around here, giving me a 1 to 1.5.6. So again, what do? I look for structure overall, right? Again, I saw that it was bearish, we took the high, but then we came lower. This isn't fully a break of structure to me, just because look at the 15 minute, right? We were going lower, it just came, grabbed liquidity, but failed to close over. So I know that it didn't break structure, it just swept liquidity. Why? Because we had a wick. Therefore, okay, understand that we're bound to go lower, and since we're trading in a range, I just got to trade the continuation lower into here. As I said, we're also trading under the previous day high after breaking above it. So again, structure, momentum, and then use my bookmap levels to see where price can reject and where I can take the trade. It's pretty straightforward.
Now, let's talk about one of the most important things in all of trading, and that would be risk management. And listen up, because this is where most people fail. Risk management is everything. I don't care how good your strategy is, without proper risk management, you will blow your accounts. And I'll put money on that. And here's my non-negotiable risk management system that allowed me to become the trader that I am today. On my personal account, I'm never risking more than 5% on a single trade, and on the prop firm, more than 1%. This means if you have a $100,000 account, you're risking maximum $1,000 per trade. Now, always use a hard stop loss, right? Mental stops will never work, so forget about it. You need a hard stop. And follow the 3-strike rule, at least for me. If I lose 3 trades in a row, I am done for the day, because my psychology will be compromised, and so will yours. I also have a daily loss limit, right? This depends on the account I'm trading and the size I'm trading, but I need to respect it, and as soon as it hits, I'm done. Doesn't matter if I took 3 trades or not. And also having a weekly loss limit is good, but that depends on how you want to trade your accounts, right? And this system saved me from blowing 35 accounts. And position sizing is crucial here. If your stop is 5 points away and you're risking $100, always calculate how many contracts you can trade based on that, not the other way around. If you trade the same amount of contracts every single time, your losses will be bigger than your wins. Now, for micro ES futures, each point is worth $5, so if your stop is 5 contracts, you need $25 per contract. You're risking $100, you can trade 4 micro contracts. Let's talk about trading psychology and the mindset. The part that really separates successful traders from everybody else, right? Trading is 60% psychology, 20% risk management, and 20% strategy. And I'm not exaggerating. The biggest obstacle is not finding setups. It's managing your emotions when real money is on the line, when the potential for thousands is to the grasp of your fingers. And here's what you need to develop. First of all, that's patience. Wait for only the best setups that align with your strategy. Don't just take a trade. Number 2 is going to be discipline, right? Following your rules even when it's hard. You need to do it and you need to learn it, because if not, you're going nowhere. Because third is emotional control. Don't overreact to wins or losses. Just try to stay as stoic as possible and go through it. And then focus. Avoid distractions during trading hours. And I struggled with this for years. The breakthrough came when I realized I needed to reprogram my mind, right? Trading goes against human nature, and we're wired for fight or flight, not for sitting calmly while watching money disappear in the tip of our fingers in front of us in a screen, right? And before each trading session, I recommend taking 15 minutes to center yourself, review your rules, review the news, and remind yourself of your long-term goals and the long-term plan, and detach from the daily outcome. Remember, one day doesn't matter in a year of trading, and you need to focus on the process, not the outcome. Now, you need to create and plan a trading journal. This is going to be essential for improving as a trader. I used to do it on paper. I now use it on other softwares such as TradePath and TradeZilla. Your trading plan is going to be your constitution. It is non-negotiable, right? Every successful trader has a detailed plan that covers what markets you're going to be trading, what times you're going to be trading these markets, right? New York session, PM session, London, whatever it is. Your entry criteria. That means your confluences. And your exit rules. What makes you get out of a trade? What confluences make you exit? Your position sizing formula, right? How much you want to risk per trade, then just calculate the contracts. Your daily and your weekly loss limit. How you'll journal and review trades without a plan. You're just gambling. You need to track these metrics or you will be lost and never know where you are failing, right? And speaking of journaling, this is crucial. After every trade, you're gonna have to document the following things if you wanna be able to improve and gather data like EV, Calamar, and others. The setup, why you took the setup, and how you felt before, during, and after the trade, right? Also, you need to write down what you could have done better. And again, you can use a simple spreadsheet for this or other softwares like I've mentioned, TradePath AI, amazing software, TradeZilla, great platform. But again, feel free to check out the link in the description for even more journals, right? You're gonna review your journal weekly and monthly to identify patterns. And you're gonna change the negative patterns and double down on the positive patterns, right? Now, the learning process and practice is before you risk real money, practice extensively. Most brokers offer paper trading accounts, right? Just like TradingView. You can use them, trade in the simulation for at least 30 to 45 days before going live. And when practicing, focusing on the following. Trade exactly as you would with real money. Of course, in this demo, it's easier, but try to take the same trades you would and follow your risk management rules strictly, at least so you're getting used to calculating the contract size and position sizing. You're gonna journal every single trade that you take on paper, and you're gonna review your performance objectively, right? The goal isn't to make fake money, it's to prove your strategy and psychology work all together and that your executions are on point. Only move to real money and prop firms where you can consistently follow your rules and show profitability in simulation. Don't expect the same results, and it's going to be a lot rougher in a firm, but you can get a good idea of how you could perform. Now, once you're ready to scale up and you're consistently profitable with a small size, you can scale carefully. And here's a progression path I recommend. First, you're going to start between 1 and 3 micro contracts until you're profitable for at least 2 to 3 consecutive months. Then you're going to move to 5 to 6 micros 2 months later, right? Then continue this pattern until you reach your first mini contract, right? Once you're there, you're gonna be able to make a lot more money if you have a bigger account, right? And you're gonna follow the same progressive scaling plan with full contracts. You're never gonna increase in size after a winning streak because you're feeling confident and your ego's all the way up here. Scale based on consistent results and over time. Now, if you wanna actually scale to the next level, learning your own is possible, right? But you can have the right mentor that can save you years of struggle. I spent over $30,000 on courses and mentorship programs before finding out what worked for me. The right mentor will actually guide you, right? They will provide a proven framework which they can follow, and they can prove they can follow. They will hold you accountable with your journal and whatever other tools they have, and they will help you identify your blind spots because it can be really easy to turn a blind eye to your biggest mistakes, and they will accelerate your learning curve. So if you're serious about day trading and want personalized guidance, I do offer a limited number of spots each month, and we do have a couple left this month. But now this isn't for everybody, and it's only for traders who are fully committed to making this work. Now, in the mentorship program, we work one-on-one to develop your trading skills, create a personalized strategy, and accelerate your path to profitability. If you're interested, check the link in the description and apply now. Now, just to conclude this, day trading isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a serious profession that actually requires dedication, discipline, and the right mindset. You're not going to be rich tomorrow or next week. It's going to take a while to make some decent money at first. And to recap, focus on futures trading for the best balance of opportunity and accessibility. And use prop firms like Chronos Funding to trade large capital without risking your savings. Then master a simple strategy that fits your personality, right? It's not about forcing something, it's about learning something and being in flow with it. That way you'll be able to implement strict risk management and develop the psychological skills for long-term success. Once you create a detailed trading journal and journal religiously, you'll be able to practice extensively before trading real money by gathering data. And you'll scale gradually as you demonstrate consistent profitability. Take action on what we've learned today, right? And remember, this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Focus on building skills, not making quick money. And eventually, you'll achieve the trading lifestyle you're after. Drop a comment with your biggest takeaways from this video below, and any questions you guys have, let me know down below. I'm here to help and I'm here to answer. Don't forget to subscribe, and again, turn your post notifications on for more videos like this. See you guys. Bye-bye.